We could leave the resort grounds.
To go to Publix just to buy you sprinkles to put in your hot chocolate every day?
Well, and also if we're going to do that, I can't have whipped cream. So we could put whipped cream at the bottom, then go fill up hot chocolate, then add a little bit of sprinkles. You're filming this for the entire world to hear about who I am, aren't you?
Fight your love with sprinkles. That's maybe a little bit unhealthy, but I support because I love sprinkles just slightly less than you. Hey guys!
Hi!
We're here on our ADD adventure at Disney's Polynesian Resort. We had a really long walk after breakfast and that's really nice.
It was not a long walk.
Okay, well, it's virtual, no one knows that. Look, we're trying to seem fit, okay? It's 2020, everyone has fitness goals. And ours was, we pretended to take a really long walk. I've made like 5 inappropriate jokes. It's been a good morning.
It is.
Yeah.
It has been really good. We got really great breakfast. We were 45 minutes late to breakfast, but they still seated us immediately, so that was great.
Bus waited like half an hour of just random dads running onto the bus and being like, please wait, my family is coming. You can't separate our family and I'm already on the bus, so you can't leave. For like half an hour. So we just kind of waited there for like, even though it's an every 15 minutes bus, like, they would have been fine. They all would have gotten where they were going.
Well, and we got there and the bus was fully boarded.
Yeah.
And
there were no seats left.
But there was like a wheelchair accessible spot.
Yeah.
So
I think you made people move because there was a lot of shuffling the bus before you let it in. Right?
Yeah. I think he made people move for you. And he put you on, so I thought like we'd be leaving right away because like it seemed like he had boarded and it was like, okay, make room for this person that should get on, and then he just kept sitting there. And that's okay. Like, we got here, we got our food really quickly. We decided to cancel our first fast pass because we rode that yesterday.
Yeah, and also because we found out the system for them bringing having a wheelchair around is kind of complicated. Because Magic Kingdom's old and most of the attractions are designed for them to like bring a wheelchair through, and so the entrance and the exit don't connect. Like they have to like go out onto the street and then back down, which is weird because you'd think there'd be a utility or entrance there, but there's not. So like they'd have to like go all the way back out into Adventureland, go around up the entrance ramp, and then down an elevator to get my chair there, which then meant that like there was no one there to like help us get out of the boat. Because they were still bringing other people's chairs, and it was
So we did learn that like the key word is that we have to ask for your chair to be brought to you.
Yeah, apparently you have to ask, and that's not assumed, which I guess makes sense. But like also, I don't know. They see me like kind of just dropping and throwing my butt into a boat. So.
But the person that sees that is not the person bringing your chair around.
True.
So like,
You're right.
They can communicate it to each other.
But they don't really, and that's okay.
Well, no, they can communicate it if you tell them a specific direction.
True.
So we're gonna try that route today.
So we're gonna try it.
We're gonna try it. We'll see how it goes. We'll let you know if it works.
Yeah, you're gonna get to ride Space Mountain today.
Yeah. So our plan is to do a morning at Magic Kingdom and then go back to Epcot. We went to Epcot briefly for dinner yesterday, and we did our Valentine's Day dinner.
But not going to Disney World unless you go to Epcot like at least 0.75 times a day. Like there's an occasional day where you can go to Epcot. It's the best place. Obviously, the best place. So, there's no...
Yeah, and our food was so good yesterday, and we found out our new dream is to go scuba diving inside.
Yes, we gotta get scuba certified for our next trip so we can scuba dive in the, do you remember what the pavilion's called?
I don't.
Golden Seas Pavilion.
Yeah, because we found out if you get scuba certified, you can do a 3-hour tour, including behind the scenes, and then you get to spend 40 minutes.
Which sounds so cool.
scuba diving there, and like people in the restaurant will actually see you. And yesterday we saw a guy that was scuba diving in there, and he goes down and there's a big giant turtle, and then he waves to the turtle and the turtle waves back, and like half the restaurant turns and watches it. And it happened for like 2 minutes.
Yeah, he just sat there for 2 minutes waving to a turtle, and someone came and was like, is this really what you want to be doing during the 40 minutes we get to be in this giant aquarium? And he like kind of looked at me and was like, yeah. And he followed them, and it was great. This is a amazing silent exchange. We were just so dead tired when we got home last night. I don't think we made a...
Yeah, we did not make a vlog.
Yeah, so this is good morning. But,
I fell asleep like...
The moment you touched the bed, you were out.
Like, I was gonna sit and do some work, but...
I had to check to see if I needed to take your shoes off for you. You were that out.
Really? I
didn't remember. I had to check. The wheel around the bed. Check your feet. It was cute.
It's because the day before, you woke me up after like 4 hours of sleep.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
So we're gonna go to Magic Kingdom and give you a magical experience.
I'm excited.
Yeah,
we're gonna go
Magic.
See the half part we haven't seen.
Yeah, because you haven't been to Tomorrowland yet, because we kind of got stuck because of that. We didn't want to go up the hill between Liberty Square and Fantasyland again, because it's a doozy. But like... I
mean, it's way better than the hill.
Up to the monorail platform?
Yeah, that was rough this morning.
Well, luckily, you don't have to do that again. And I can keep that promise.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, let's go. We are in the, technically what is the exit queue for Buzz Lightyear's Freighter Spin. They have us pull a separate ramp to bring us around the Omniverse belt. And they gave us the option of either pausing the track so I can transfer into a normal cab, or bringing around, waiting until the wheelchair accessible cap comes around, so we decided to wait. As we are currently paused here on Space Ranger Spin, I did a lot better than Jane. It's not the best I've ever done. I've gotten Galactic Hero before. I've gotten Galactic Hero before. This time I am only a Cosmic Commando, but that's okay. The different gun angle is a little different to adjust to, but we had fun.
Yeah.
You did pretty okay.
I did pretty okay.
Were you holding down the button?
No.
Okay, so the gun just continues to shoot if you hold down the button.
I see.
So next time just hold down the button. We'll do it again, I promise. We are at my favorite Magic Kingdom attraction, the Carousel of Progress, because I am unhealthily obsessed with Disney history, and I love it, and I love just all the World's Fair history. I love that they have the Progress Pavilion here. I do really wish that they'd update it. Like, that's my top Disney wish. After this Epcot renovation that I've been wanting for a really long time, they need to update the Carousel of Progress. Just like, start in the 60s, go forward. Please. Everyone else is dead. It's fine. You can start there. But yeah, so I'm excited to see if Jane likes it, and hopefully no one's hands fall off today. Sorry we like stopped filming earlier. It got very sunny and we were in such a hurry this morning to get to breakfast that I was like, oh no, we don't need to grab my umbrella for my chair, and it was a horrible idea. So,
you should probably explain why.
Oh, right. Yeah, I guess we've never talked about this before. Up until, I guess, who knows how this will edit and what order this will release in. But, I am a vampire. Welcome to my abode. I experience, like, extreme pain in sunlight, and I, like, slowly get sicker and sicker and sicker over time. Also, like, at some point today, I managed to, like, lose my sunglasses, and I don't know how. So I, like, couldn't see anything because my eyes are also super sensitive. And it was just terrible. So I was just like feeling like nauseous and out of it. My whole body was in pain. And so I ended up like, I was in so much pain I was having trouble pushing myself, and you had me get out of the park. Also because I kept almost bumping into people because I couldn't see anyone because I couldn't keep my eyes open because it hurt, and it was a bad system. So we went back to the hotel and got a tiny lunch. And then the same bus driver drove us back to the hotel brought us from the hotel this morning. His name was Tom. He was really great. Shout out to Tom. And then I ended up hanging out, where is it? Somewhere over here. Yeah.
You should show your pins too.
I will show my pins too. And I'm hanging out at our hotel right now is working a woman named Kim in the shop, and I know she doesn't love being stuck behind a cash register, and she normally works at Hollywood and Vine and Hollywood Studios. But we together attacked a bunch of Wishables things to find the Spaceship Earth Wishable. So I'm very excited. I've been wanting this since like they first came out a couple weeks ago, and I was like, oh no, some of the Wishables have only ever been out for like a week, and I'm like, are there gonna be any by the time we go? Because I really want one. So I got one. So I don't know if I'm gonna like sew him to my backpack or like find some other way to take him around places with me, but he's so cute. Just look at that face. That is a face of love and support right there. So I'm excited. I don't know, maybe we'll have to name him Jeremy after Jeremy Irons, because Jeremy Irons was my first Spaceship Earth narrator. Because I'm a millennial. But we also had some people on the bus that had shirts that just said childless millennial on them with like Mickey ears on the C, and it was brilliant. I was very happy about that. But yeah, so it's been an adventure. We've been in the hotel room for a while, hanging out. But while we're here, I thought I would tell you a story from yesterday from when, I think, Jean filmed a little bit of the process of us getting on Jungle Cruise, which was really, really cool. And they had like, I have a wheelchair lift that lifts up and you can roll onto it and it takes you down into the boat. It's super amazing. And the cast member's really funny, and I got all my own custom jokes just about like using the wheelchair lift, and I was dying. And the cast member were like making, you know, continually escalating disability jokes while looking at me like, is this okay? And me being like, this is hilarious. But then when we finally got on, like, you know, like we like moved forward and everyone else got to get on the boat, and you know, they load the side closest to you, then they loaded the side farthest from us, and like this older woman just like stopped, like put her hand on my shoulder, and it was so creepy. And then she looks in my face and she's like, you are so lucky they have that. And so since then, I was like, I made a please go away face. I don't even know if I said anything. I was like, I don't know what to say in this moment. So since then, Jean's made a joke about how I should have just been like, yes, I'm so lucky I'm a cripple. And that we should just go and say that to people now whenever they say stupid things to us. And I'm like, you know, that's funny. But then, I don't know, we were in the hotel room, we were watching some of like the Squirmy and Grubs vlogs, because they're also in Florida right now. And he was making a joke about how he tries to convince people to use wheelchairs. And I'm like, you know, this is what I should start doing when they're terrible, or make weird jokes that are actually not okay. That sounds like a really healthy response, so I might steal that from them a little bit.